Hello there and welcome to In My Opinion 4 Meta Wolf Chaos XD. All is well in America until a coup led by Vice President Richard Hawke takes out the White House with the plan to rule over America. You play as the president Michael Wilson, who's been made to look like the villain and now must take back his position with only his assistant, his strong sense of justice and love for his country, and oh yeah, his very own goddamn kick-ass mech named Meta Wolf. Fuck yeah. The story is just as ridiculous as it seems, with tons of corny lines by our fine American loving characters, and things get even more over the top when Richard shows his mug, and every bit of it is amazing. What also makes this magical is this game was made in that era where I can't tell if the Japan developers were serious or were in on the joke. There are also a pretty good amount of cutscenes which surprised me, as I thought this game would barely have them and just show some text here and there, or just stick solely to heads talking. Best way to describe this game as a third-person arcade action shooter where you walk around in a mech while shooting and blowing shit up, as you're fighting for truth, justice, and the American way through 14 missions. You'll be equipped with a weapon in each hand, sometimes one big gun taking up both hands, and there are 8 slots to equip weapons with some taking 2 slots. These can be switched on the fly and range from things like bazookas, flamethrowers, assault rifles, and more. The square thing on the upper right is your health, boost, and blaze meter. You're allowed to activate your boost rockets to move around faster, but be warned, once your boost meter overheats, it will start draining your health. And while the green health line does regenerate, your health squares don't, so you will need to find health pickups to recover. The blaze meter fills up as you're causing damage, and once it's full, you can unleash a big attack where all your guns start shooting everything in that area. Each mission usually has the same goal, which is to destroy certain objects, sometimes ending with a boss encounter. They do mix it up here and there by adding a timer to complete your goal, or just starting with the boss encounter from the start. While going through the levels, there are pickups to help, such as ammo and health, but there are some other important things to find, like energy pods and civilians to rescue. Collecting energy pods help increase your mech stats, so you'll receive more health and boost, while saving civilians unlock bonuses like music to listen to, a raise in the economy meaning a much bigger cash reward at the end of a mission, and more. Also, after your mission is complete, you're given an overall rank as well. It feels pretty good just walking and boosting around on the mech while blasting everything in your path. The controls are pretty responsive, though what takes some time getting used to is switching out your weapons. It just takes a while to get into the groove of switching out, especially when everything is attacking you. Also, while the difficulty of the game does feel rather easy at first, it does get a little bit more challenging. Yeah, you can blow away the regular enemy grunts with no problem, but everything with a missile launcher can put the hurt on you if you try to take it easy. This is especially true for the bosses who can shoot a ton of crap at you, making your health just sink down. I found myself doing some serious run and hit tactics on these things. While getting killed does suck since you keep nothing and you must start the mission all over, what does help with this thing is that most of the missions are pretty short, especially if you're not trying to look for anything. I do like the fact that every mission is replayable, so if you failed to rescue every civilian, missed out on an energy pod, or didn't find a hidden weapon, you can go right back in the mission. I say fail at rescuing since while most prison cells will just take your time to destroy them, some are booby trapped and once the alarm goes off you have a set time limit to save the people in it, or else boom, dead. Add the fact that you must use light weapons to destroy the cells and not heavy weapons, and you're being attacked, you could accidentally kill them yourself. Oops. The game also lets you know if you're missing any civilians or pods, and once you collect them and complete the mission, it stays collected. Another reason to replay missions is just to get some more cash and materials for the garage. What's the garage, you ask? Well, this is where you'll be spending all that cash and materials I just mentioned. Each weapon section has a level to it, and to level it up and unlock more weapons to manufacture, you must invest a certain amount of cash. Once the weapons are unlocked, you can then make them. The weapons have different stats, so one can have higher attack while some others can have different properties, like ricochet or making a giant blue bomb, or maybe use up less or no energy. Yep, you heard me right, some of the guns do use up boost energy, so you have to learn to balance that out. Once you got the guns you like, you can now deck out your equipment list for your left and right arm. I love the fact the game does give you the freedom to really mix up stuff, so you can have a machine gun in one hand and a bazooka in another, or you can have a shotgun in one hand and an assault rifle in another. Or you can say screw that and buy multiples of the same weapon and dual wield them. Though there are some more powerful weapons like a flamethrower that take up 2 hands, so no dual wielding there. That, and also I'm surprised a flamethrower was actually useful. The HUD may seem a bit crowded to some, but I think it's fine, and not only that, it's helpful as well, since it gives you your mini map to show where you're going, and it also warns you of incoming missiles so you can figure out what the hell to do before you're bombarded. If you're still not a fan of it, the game does let you pick which HUD type you would like, even making it almost empty. After completing the game, there are 2 extra modes that you can unlock, which are Frenzy and Hell mode. Frenzy is basically God mode, giving you infinite ammo, letting you make it rain bullets without stopping, which feels pretty good. And another positive is you can pick up your leftover collectibles while playing this mode, and it will count. I figured with the mode making you so overpowered they wouldn't allow it, but it's nice that they did. However, I think a S rank won't count if done in this mode. Hell mode is this game's version of hard mode, which ups the damage you take and the health the enemy has. There is a reward for beating a mission on hell mode, and that's a brand new skin like the awesome Stars and Stripe one. Also, after collecting all energy pods and saving all the civilians, some UFOs start popping up in levels that you must quickly blow up before they escape. Getting all these grays nets you a little prize. As you can clearly see, this game is not a graphical marvel. It's something that came out years ago, and it does indeed show its age, with rather simple models and such. While it doesn't floor anyone with its looks, I can't call it a visual horror show. It still looks decent, and everything has a smooth look to it. Watching stuff like tanks, helicopters, and even the environment blow and crumble to pieces is a treat for the eyes and ears, as it always gives a nice boom, making you feel like a badass while saving America. I also like the designs for the mechanical menaces you'll be facing, and of course the president's mech suit has a cool design as well. I like that instead of just magically switching weapons, we see the gun holder open and rotate through your weapons, making the mech seem that much more crazy in its design. Of course, the most amazing thing is the voice acting done by our cast. It goes in that category of so bad it's good, and every minute is enjoyable. This also kind of leads in performance, as the frame rate is pretty good and only gets seriously slow when tons of stuff is going on and blowing up. Though there was also this problem where some of the dialogue would just cut off, and while this can be annoying, it sometimes can lead to some funny moments.
Richard, what do you think of my cute little pet? Thanks to him, the people of New York City are right now festively running around and trying to escape. It's like a big old carnival. It's like Mardi Gras in New York or something.
You are a sick...
Take a bite from its super energy wave phaser. It'll get you high enough to reach heaven.
Richard!
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
I had a real good time with this one, as it was just fun running around the mech blowing up everything. And of course the so bad it's good voice acting and the ridiculous dialogue and plot added to the fun. The game took me about 6 to 8 hours to finish all the missions, and this is counting some deaths and replaying a mission or 2 for some cash. The replay value comes in the form of playing Fever and Hell mode and unlocking more costumes and guns. So there is something there if you had a good time and want to put more time into the game. If you're in the mood for a cheesy, fun, arcadey third-person mech shooter, then I highly recommend this. Now go out there and fight for truth, justice, and the American way. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamers' sake, keep gaming.